Welcome, denizens of the internet, to this week's Random Brain Farts. Today, we're once again covering the Samsung Galaxy Fold and Foldgate. We're also talking Apple APIs, MSI, Nvidia, and of course, the Mac Pro Watch continues. Stay tuned. Oh, you're back. Samsung Galaxy Fold controversy erupts, or more accurately unfolds, bashed by reviewers over the Fold's screen breaking under use. The Fold is folding its hand, but will be coming back to the Fold with new, improved folding technology that includes these secret options. Samsung is said to be retrieving units from reviewers. Give it back to me, Lou! It seems that many of the reviewers peeled back what they thought was a screen protector, but was in fact an integral part of the Fold's screen infrastructure. They had excuses like, every phone I've ever reviewed always had a peel-off layer, so I just thought. Yes, you just thought, you dumb ass. The Fold screen is plastic, not glass. It makes sense that it would be part of the design, but it had a tiny tab begging me to peel it off. It's true. Samsung should have had explicit instructions not to peel the protective layer off, and it will be one of the changes Samsung will make when shipping these phones. We are only a minute or two into this RBF, and Apple fans are already hyperventilating. What about us? Take that asthma inhaler out of your mouth. A rumor has popped up that macOS 10.15, which will most certainly debut at the Worldwide Developers Conference in June, if true. Clearly, DOTI 15 is being prepped for the new Mac Pro. People who like to poke around Apple's beta code entrails have noticed that there is a new API developers can use to write PCI drivers, device drivers. Yes, up to this point, companies selling mice and simple peripherals used to, use the Apple I.O. framework, but hardcore stuff like graphics cards or pretty much anything that connected to the PCI lanes, they had to be, the drivers had to be written by Apple. Hence, the wait for Nvidia graphics card compatibility. I have said this before. There is absolutely no way Apple can call the new Mac Pro a Pro Mac unless it is capable of using the best Pro components available. Look, notwithstanding the hate Apple has on for Nvidia, it would be preposterous if Mac Pro users could not have access to the RTX 2080 Ti, for instance. Therefore, the above news could be heartening for Hackintoshers, and I'm not kidneying. So now we have a relatively updated set of Macs, speedy new Mac Minis that have unfortunately lost their starter Mac pricing, the iMac Pros, which seem to be selling and performing well. The recently refreshed iMacs were a surprise, especially the 9900K version, which brought old-style Apple computing value back to, are you nuts for buying a Mac, from, have you been recently lobotomized for buying a Mac? Which is where it's been for several years now. After 3 years of rapid updates, the MacBook Pros are reasonable, but get ready for the rumored 2020 refresh without the wretched touch bar. One final MVP news, Apple is bringing keyboard repairs to Apple stores so that they can be done much more quickly and conveniently without sending them out for a couple of weeks. I assume as an acknowledgement that it was a bad design and that they are willing to do their best until the fix is in. And then, of course, there is the as yet unannounced Mac Pro. And if the driver API rumors are true, then it really looks like Apple is breathing new life into the once moribund Mac line. The reason is that the iPad's post-computer promise has waned, and Mac sales are far surpassing declining iPad sales. Apple is correcting a huge strategic blunder. The Mac is a far better content creation device than the iPad ever will. I would still like them to release a Mac Mobile with the OS on an NVMe, but then, I'm living in Canada where they legalized pot, and secondhand dope smoke is affecting me. And what the hell is this? The MSI Puke GeForce RTX 2070? I know Nvidia are corporate garbage, but why would a board partner call their line of RTX cards Puke? Could it be a new trend in GPU naming? The EVGA Hurl, the Asus Heave, and the Gigabyte Chunder? What is it, Wancho? Oh, that's not a P, that's a letter D. So it's the MSI Duke. Come on, MSI, get your typeface act together. Hell might be freezing over. Rumors have it that mouse support for iPad Pros will be coming as part of an accessibility feature upgrade. Because the iPads have been disabled for years, not having mouse support, it only makes it fitting to have it part of its accessibility options. Apple is clearly saving face here. This will let iPad users use their mice in disabled parking spaces. And now it's time for the Apple 2019 Mac Pro Watch. Once again, we check on the status of the mystical, magical, modular computer that was first promised in 2017. Has the Mac Pro shown up yet? Well, I actually let my denizens answer that question. Several weeks ago, I put up a survey asking you, my fellow denizens of the internet, to weigh in as to which response you thought was the most appropriate to the aforementioned question. Has the Mac Pro shown up yet? Number 1, no. Number 2, yes, but I'm not telling. Number 3, first. Number 4, I've been waiting since 2013. I can wait longer. Number 5, no. Number 6, are you kidding me? No. Number 7, Johnny Ive is holding on to it crying, it's not done yet. No. And number 8, Steve Jobs' Ouija board hasn't responded yet. Tim Cook is panicking. No. Total number of responses was 475. The most responses went to number 8, 29.05%. Steve Jobs' Ouija board hasn't responded yet. Tim Cook is panicking. No. And at 15.79% was, are you kidding me? No. And in third place with 14.53%, just no. Thank you, denizens, for participating in this very scientific survey. I will be sending it to Apple, and I'm sure they will be interested in the results. You have been watching the official Mac Pro Watch. Stay tuned next week for further updates. Get a t-shirt. And Wancho, stop correcting me. It's embarrassing. You're making me look stupid.